Somebody once called me a guru. Yo, I looked them dead in the eyes and was like, if I ever become one of those, unplug my mic. Look, I am not your guru. I'm your reminder. Look, there's a lot of microphones out there, a lot of suits, a lot of Nike dunks and tight jeans and the blazer with the fresh sharp haircut with the fabric, the whatever they call it, like fibers plastered. There's a lot of polished images out there, man. Look, a lot of self-proclaimed experts telling you how to live, how to lead, how to level up. But let me make this real clear from jump about me and what I do. I am not here to coach you into a performance. I'm here to remind you of a truth that you've been trying to forget. I am a storyteller. I am a reframer. I help you remember some things that you already are aware of. That's it. That's it. I'm not trying to get you to change into some kind of act. I am not being an act. My job is really clear. You are not unfinished. You're just unprotected. And I'm here to build a covering around your identity to help you nurture it back. It's almost like the Winter Soldier in Wakanda, the White Wolf. He's in Wakanda, he's recovering, getting his strength back. You know, I understand though, like, when I first got into coaching and speaking, it's like, how do I do this right? How do I get my message out to the most people? So you go and you out there and you look and you see who's out there. What are they doing? What can I pick up from them so I can play the game? What's the formula? What's the framework? The 6-figure script and the 5-step funnels and look, I started showing up with polish instead of presence. I was clicking on stuff on Instagram. I was buying everything. Let me buy this framework. Let me buy that downloadable. I was trying to help people while I was hiding myself. I wasn't burnt out, but I was buried. So I took a step back from coaching and I was like, how do I come back just being me? Because trust me, if I got to be an Instagram or a TikTok celebrity just to be heard, I'm not going to be heard. I mean, if that happens, if my message hits so many people that some people want to talk about it on Instagram and TikTok, that's fine. But if I have to become something I'm not so that I could be a celebrity, you know how you scroll through TikTok and Instagram, everybody's putting on a performance. It's all hype. It's all exaggeration. I am not about hype. I'm not. And then I started thinking, like, how do I get my message out? Like, how do I do this? How do I do it like them? And then God reminded me, you're not like them. You're not like them. Look, as a coach, I am not calling you to be better. No. And that's what I think is the main difference. I'm not calling you to be better. I'm calling you to be you. Be unique, be different. Just lean into being you, man. Relax, loosen up. Loosen that tie right now, wherever you at. Loosen your tie a little bit. Shrug your shoulders, shake it out. To be rare, you don't need polish. You need power. That's it. Look, better. I don't know about that, man. Everybody's trying to, hey, you could do this better. You could do that better. Get more money here. Every corner of this culture is saying, be better, work harder, earn your worth. Nah. I mean, it's cool. Improvement is dope. Life is about improving, but you don't really need somebody else to do that for you. And that's definitely not what I'm here to do. So I know you're probably thinking, well, if the goal ain't being better, what is the goal? The goal is alignment. What if that's your goal? Aligning to where you're supposed to be. Look at it like this. Some people will say, look, you download my, pay me $1,000 and I will help you lose 80 pounds in 3 weeks. My stance is, what if you don't need to lose a full 80? Some people are better with a little more muscle on them. Maybe dropping 50 is better. And finding that spot where it works for you. Right? Maybe you add on a little more muscle mass and you get ripped up. Maybe it's not just about losing and maybe it's just about finding what works. You could be completely healthy and be 280 pounds of muscle and health, right? You don't have to fit whatever cookie cutter mold is out there. It's about alignment to what's best for you. And you are not behind. I know so much hype is on social media because it's driven by FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Or like they say nowadays, FOFU, fear of fucking up, right? They want you to feel like I'm off, I'm messing up, I'm not doing it right. I'm watching somebody who's got it together, so I need to follow them. But what if you're not behind? What if you're just becoming? Rare does not mean loud. Rare does not mean liked. Rare means unmistakable. Authentically you. And when you really walk in that, when you stop needing applause to feel anointed, when you start feeling that relaxation in your shoulders because you can walk in a room knowing that you're showing up as you. I got a confession to make, y'all. I went to the Databricks plus AI Summit about a week ago, June 9th. And shout out to all of my tech folks, man. I love them. It was so many people there. There's so many thousands of people walking around the streets of San Francisco. But it's amazing. And no offense, y'all, but it's amazing how many of y'all are wearing the exact same outfit, man. And look, trust me, I get it. You got to get in that rat race, right? You got to get it. You got to pay the bills. You got to make that bacon. I get it. And maybe I'm only talking to the outliers out there, the people who are willing to own their uniqueness, right? I know not everybody feels enough safe space to own that uniqueness, but to those who do and who are looking for a little bit of relief, who can't breathe with that puffy vest on and that button-up shirt and those skinny jeans and the same outfit that everybody else is wearing, those people who can't breathe in that. When I tell you, loosen up. You don't need to change to be somebody else. You don't need to reinvent yourself into the image of people you saw doing it. You need to return to yourself. That's the whole mission right there. The most dangerous version of you ain't the one that's trying to be somebody else. It's the version that remembers who they were before the world got loud, before they stepped into that room. The one who remembers every step that they took to get there. How did you get here? What brings you here? Because trust me, any force and power that can bring you through every up and down and trial and tribulation and test, to bring you all the way to where you are. When you walk in that room full of those people that you see as successful, that you want to be amongst, that you want to be worthy of, the force that brought you all the way there, that's the power that you stand on. And you don't have to look like everybody else. You don't have to talk like everybody else. And you don't have to have everybody else's approval. You just be like David when he stood in the face of Goliath. He didn't say, I'm here because I'm dressed just like the rest of these Hebrew soldiers. No, he wasn't dressed like the Hebrew soldiers. They tried to give him the armor. Saul tried to hand him the armor, and he said, no, that does not fit me. So for some of us, that armor don't fit. When I walk into tech conferences, that armor doesn't fit me. No offense, but I'm walking in there wearing mine that fits me, that's indicative of what God has led me through. And I'm standing in that power. And I'm in there with y'all because I belong there. And y'all do too. And we all belong there. We all been on a journey to get there. So I got a question for you. When was the last time you felt fully you? Where you didn't have to leave parts of yourself at home? And what part of yourself do you leave at home? Do you shrink? You know, I've told this story plenty of times. But when I was a teenager, my brother was murdered. He was shot and he was killed. He was 19. I was 16. So for years in the corporate world, when family came up and everybody's telling their stories that felt to me like the normal story that everybody should have, and I don't have that story, I held mine back. I hid it. So this tremendous pain, this tremendous experience that I had lived through, that God had lifted me and gifted me and strengthened me to make it through and gave me valuable, heavy lessons to hold through, I was leaving all of that at home. All of that strength, all of that power, all of that experience, I didn't even want to talk about it. So let me talk to my faith folks real quick. I'm not leading a revival here, but I am leading a recovery. I've seen too many gifted folks pushed into silence because they didn't fit the church version of purpose. Jesus flipped tables. You scared to post your truth? You scared to post what really goes through your mind when you're at work? You scared to post the fears, the imposter syndrome, the struggles that you deal with and you get past? You scared to post the fact that your brain may not function the exact same, but yet and still you are there and making things happen? What are we really doing? God didn't call you to be perfect. He called you to be prepared. And he's already given you the experience to be prepared. He's prepared you. He said, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. And sometimes preparation looks like pressure. It looks like pain. It looks like processing out loud. It looks like, let me spill this. Even though I'm on LinkedIn, I'm about to type something that doesn't sound like resume ease. Does that make sense? I'm about to type something that's real, that sounds like me. And guess what? I guarantee you your engagement will go up. I'm not saying go be reckless, but it's okay to let a little bit of yourself out. Show that you are different. If you're listening right now, I believe you are being reminded of your purpose. You are not behind. You are not broken, but you are rare. And that rarity is not a flaw. It's a fingerprint. If any of this stirs something in you, go grab my book, man. It's called Rare on Purpose. It's out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Ingram Spark, everywhere. It should be in the library soon. This podcast is the smoke. Book is the fire. I'm just letting off what I've put in this book. Go to my website, iamjfloyd.com. Check out what I got going on. If you want me to come speak at any of your events, at your organization, at your church, at your conference, at your summit, I'm there. I was just in New Orleans at the Zapier Yearly Summit giving a 1-hour talk on rare on purpose. What do you know? Finding your uniqueness. So yeah, come check me out. Reach out to me if you want me to bring this message to where you are. Next episode, we're going to get into titles. Titles are a little tricky, like the ones we hide behind. So yeah, next episode is called Your Title is Lying to You. Don't miss it, y'all. Thank you for checking in and tuning in to Uncut Gems. I'll see y'all later.